Hello everyone, this is Shack179 here, and today I'm going to be recovering my review on Pokemon Sword and Shield. I overall beat the game like about a week ago on November 22nd, 2019, and after that I just wanted to express how I feel about the game, my opinions, and overall how much I like the game. First, I'm going to say that this game is absolutely the graphics are gorgeous, absolutely phenomenal. Of course, it's a Nintendo Switch game, like all Switch games, 60 FPS, running smooth. Well, except for Fortnite, but you know what I'm saying. Um, really good graphics, of course, because any Switch game, like honestly, yeah, Kirby Star Allies, great graphics, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Smash Ultimate, all those good games with great graphics, and this just it's just like maybe the same or maybe even different. Um, yeah, graphics wise, game looks absolutely gorgeous, especially in the wild area. In the wild area, it's a big, open, vast exploration field where you got wild Pokemon all over the place. And later I'm going to be talking about more about the wild area, but no, aside from the graphics. The game itself, it's definitely a good game. Like, definitely a really good Pokemon game. Got the new starters. I picked Score Money because it's the design I most catered to. For like new stars and whatnot, I'll pick the one that really just pulls out a design that I like, and the fire rabbit part just like yeah. When I chose it, I named it Bugs Bunny because it reminds me of the rabbit. um, and I played through the entire game with Score Money. I evolved it, blah blah blah. Um, and the starter evolutions, they're fine. It's just like the weirdest one to me is Inteleon. Um, it's supposed to be a secret agent, so it's really fast. It's faster than Cinderace, which Cinderace is one of like the fastest fire types in this gen, and basically has one of the most broken moves in the game. It has Power Ball. Now, what Power Ball does is that it's a 120 base power move, and it's a physical attack. And it also has a 10%, sorry, not 10% accuracy drop, but it has a 90% accuracy. And basically, what it does is that for the animation, Cinderace will take a pebble from out of nowhere, start kicking it with his feet, and then he'll do like a soccer kick at the opponent. The attack does massive damage on the part that the 120 base power and fire stab. Cinderace is a base fire type, so you don't need to worry about flying types and whatever. You can have stuff like Iron Head to cover rock types. I don't know what you're gonna do about ground types, but Poison type gets rid of the fairy types. Iron Head gets rid of the fairy types, and then he also gets some flying type moves, and he gets U-turn. He does get U-turn, so you can go in and out. Life orbs would be really good stuff for it. Doing massive damage, doing all that. It's just basically just a pinnacle of what Cinderace can do. Also, you wouldn't need to scarf it. If you were to scarf it, you'd be probably the craziest person I've ever seen. But I don't feel there's a reason to really scarf it if it's going that fast. Unless you really want to outspeed everything. Put speed EVs, put attack EVs, and then just use choice scarf and just spam people down with it. Powerball. What's also broken about Powerball is the fact that since Cinderace has such a high attack and speed, has a high attack and speed stat. The fact that Cinderace is so fast, and the part that it hits really, really hard, and also the fact that Powerball has a chance to burn, sort of like a Fire Blast. And the difference between Fire Blast is that Fire Blast has a bigger miss rate, Plus, Fire Blast can leave a burn, but it has a bigger miss rate, same power. Flare Blitz is like fine because you can take massive recoil, especially if it's an Oak. But Powerball is way different because there's no recoil damage, and it's actually just a 10% miss. Sure, there's still a chance to miss it, but 10% is not high at all. And what is it? Crap. I know that Cinderace does get another move. Cinderace gets agility. I don't know why you would run agility in any sort of form or fashion. I don't see the use for agility if it's going that fast. So like it doesn't make sense to put agility on there. But basically that's honestly what I think about like the starters. Now, of course, not every Pokemon got into the game. There's only 400. Fan favorites like probably like Crobat and all that stuff. They didn't make it in. I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that like Zubat, Crobat, and Golbat didn't make it in because those are like my favorite poison types. Probably the favorite poison type Pokemon. I'm all sad that Executor didn't make it in there. And I'm gonna miss Mega Evolving and Alolan forms too. We have Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing and Galarian forms, but you know, it's just like they're basically what the Dynamax, those two mechanics do. They basically make your Pokemon bigger. One makes your Pokemon bigger and gives a health increase. The other does the same thing, but it changes the appearance and the form of the Pokemon. Like when if you got the event Meowth that can Gigantamax when you throw it in and you let Dynamax in a raid battle or a gym, Meowth goes big and long, and then instead of going like its normal sound, it goes it does that. Pikachu just gets fat when it Gigantamaxes. Eevee gets more fur. I mean, I get the whole fat Pikachu thing. The Eevee, I don't know. I never Gigantamaxed it, so I don't know what Gigantamaxing Eevee is like. But goes to Dynamax, Gigantamax mechanics. Those are just like two in-depth things. They're good, sure, they are good. There are a bunch of Gigantamax Pokemon that are promoted until January 2020, where they'll go back to being like a 1% Gigantamax rate. The featured ones are Butterfree, Corviknight, and Sandaconda and Dreadnought. I really want Gigantamax Dreadnought. That's the one I've been like hunting for, which I need to. I did get a Gigantamax Duraludon, and because it's not a promoted raid Pokemon, it actually, if you're the host, you get a 100% catch rate. If it's not a promoted raid, it's a 100% catch rate. If you play with computers, it's a 100% catch rate. As long as it's not a promoted Gigantamax. Since it's not a promoted Gigantamax, then it's 100% catch rate. Also, the thing is that if it is a promoted Gigantamax, you have the same catch rate as all the guests in the party. Austin John has like more in-depth analysis on this. I may put a link to his link to the video in the description, so keep your eye out for that. But I'm just saying, Gmax raids and whatnot, all that stuff. Honestly, I had a tough time catching some of them, like Corviknight and Centiskorch especially. Centiskorch is one of the harder ones to get. Centiskorch is a very diverse move pool, and basically when you fight a Gigantamax Centiskorch, it has of course Gmax Centis something. What's the name of it? Crap. It has a Gmax fire type move. It's called like a crap. It's sent to something. I played the game, trust me, but like it's sent to something. Gmax sent to something. What it does is that it's basically a max flare, but it has a fiery vortex that goes off for 5 turns. and that's a real problem because if one of your allies gets hit by it, everyone's affected by the fiery vortex part. So, also another problem, if you're bringing Dreadnought, it knows max overgrowth, so yeah, it also knows G-Max Befuddle, sorry, not G-Max Befuddle, but Max Befuddle, that's the bug type stab for G-Max. It also has coil, so its attack, defense, and coil, and its accuracy is going up. You can spam that. When you actually catch it, though, it has a completely different moveset. I don't know what is up with that, with it learning coil and max overgrowth, and sometimes it'll use fire spin. I don't know why or how it has those moves when you catch it, because when you catch it, mine's had when I caught it, it had heat wave, lunge, it had power whip, and then it also had fire spin, which I didn't get because I knew probably heat wave was set the G-Max move, and then everything else was probably like, but I don't know where the coil came from. I had no clue where it learned coil from. That's just something that boggles my mind, honestly. But also I'm also gonna talk about the Pokemon you find this gen. Pokemon, we got a bunch of new Pokemon. Like, there's at least 94 new Pokemon, which doesn't put the total number of Pokemon at 1,000 like I thought it would. Because maybe this gen, oh, well, they're working so hard on like a new 2 years, a new generation of Pokemon. Maybe they'll finally reach 1,000 Pokemon. But, like, no, it didn't happen. Maybe next gen. Maybe next gen. But they have a bunch of returning Pokemon. They have Shiftry, they got Ludicolo, they got a bunch of Gen 3 stuff. They did bring back Charizard. They did give a Charizard, no Venusaur or Squirtle. Venusaur, Blastoise. They gave us a Charmander line. They brought back, they have some Alolan Pokemon. Unova Pokemon, Sinnoh Pokemon. Crap. I don't. They do have Johto Pokemon. They have a Steelix. They have Steelix Johto Pokemon. They of course have a Kanto Pokemon. They have Kalos Pokemon. They have a Pumpkaboo and a Trevenant for the Kalos Pokemon. They basically have Pokemon from all gens, but they took out a lot of fan favorites because they said something about using Pokemon that aren't used much. So we have to work with what we got. Basically, post game is kind of short. You basically have the side story where you meet Swordward and Shieldon, I believe those are the names. And they're basically the villains who are Dynamaxing random Pokemon all throughout Galar in the gyms and whatnot. But it's not hard at all. And then at the end of the whole thing, you get to fight. You have to fight Zacian in Shield. That's what I only played Shield. In Sword, I'm assuming you're gonna fight Zamazenta. Then out of nowhere, Shield, Zamazenta would appear and stop Zacian. And then, I guess in Sword, Zacian would come in and stop Zamazenta, before it attacked Hop. But, basically, out of the two legendaries, Zacian is better. I just picked Zamazenta because I just like the design better. Version exclusives and all this stuff. Tyranitar's a version exclusive. Let me see. You can only find Larvitar in Shield. There is this one new Pokemon that you can only find in Sword. It's Stone Journer. Honestly, it's not like really weird or anything. It's just like a giant rock with like two giant stone legs. It's not like it's a lazy design or anything. Because honestly, I just think that most of the new designs in Galar aren't lazy at all. I mean, you can't really be lazy with new designs and stuff. So, but anyways. I also the gym leaders. There are version exclusive gym leaders, which is really weird because that's a first in the series. I was like, what? The shield gym leaders are B, and then I think it's a replacement for the ice type gym leader in shield. And then for shield, you have the ghost type gym leader, Alistair, and then you have the ice type gym leader. I forgot her name. There's an ice type gym leader, anyways. Um, the ice type, the version exclusive gym leader part really boggled me because why are there why are the gym leaders version exclusives? That's a first. I was like, okay, well, whatever. But now, I'm gonna talk about the wild area. The wild area is honestly one of the best. It's way better than the Safari Zone in any other core Pokemon game. In the matter that you can find wild trade evolutions, can find wild final evolutions, wild evolutions, wild item trade evolutions. You can find all sorts of like final evolved Pokemon in there. You find wild stone evolutions. Find wild. I think you can. I'm not 100% sure because I don't think I've ever found a wild friendship evolution. But you find a lot, and I mean a lot of Pokemon out there. You find a wild Steelix, you get a wild Machamp, you get a wild Bellossom. It's insane out there. I honestly love the wild area for this reason, that there are so many Pokemon that I don't need to go ahead and catch their pre-evolutions and then just waste time leveling up and then hit the stone for when I can just catch that thing in the wild. Like, you can find a wild Gengar. That's been available in other games. You can find one in in the Sinnoh games, I believe. And then you can find a wild Gengar through SOS in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But just finding Pokemon like that in the wild, it's insane. I'm at a wild Tyranitar. I thought of using it during my original playthrough of the game, but I was like, screw it. Whatever. I used a wild Steelix to also through my playthrough of the game. What is it? The game isn't necessarily hard. It's not hard at all, really. I'm not saying like it's easy, but like it ain't hard. Now one thing I didn't know until after I beat the game, like maybe a week or so later, is that you can actually get your Pokemon to level 100 before like the first gym. And if you play a lot of raids, you can get a lot of EXP candies, and you can use those EXP candies on your Pokemon, which in turn, you can have like level 60 Pokemon before the first gym. And I was like, what? I didn't know that? Hello? You can just like max out your Pokemon's level at the start of the game? That's insane. I didn't know that, so I didn't do that. And besides, I thought if you even if you did do that, the Pokemon wouldn't listen to you. But no, they ignore that whole entire concept, and they just let you do it. Like, honestly, it's just mega cheese. I didn't cheese my way through the game because I had no clue that you could actually do that. But anyways, also back to the wild area, the wild area is a great way to finish your Pokedex. There's a huge majority of Pokemon in there that you won't find anywhere else. You're not gonna find a wild Gengar anywhere else in the game. You're not gonna find a wild Dusknoir anywhere else in the game. You're not gonna find a wild Golurk anywhere else in the game. You're not gonna find a wild Flareon, Espeon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Sylveon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon, and Umbreon, Espeon, and anywhere else in the game. You're not gonna find it. You're not gonna find this Pokemon anywhere. Dude, it's insane. I was like, oh my god, I love this game. I did finish the Pokedex, and I do have the Shiny Charm. Shiny hunting in this game, it's not complicated. It's just tedious, honestly. The whole 500 kills thing. You have to kill 500 Pokemon. It's just tedious. It's easy, but it's tedious. You know, it's long. The Masuda method, simple. It's just like in other generations. Except it may be a little bit harder to get a Japanese Ditto because there's no more GTS. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think removing the GTS was way to like actually do something, because with the GTS you could actually fill up your Pokedex quicker by just giving y'all fair trades, fair out trades. Sure, the whole GTS was filled with hacked Pokemon and whatnot. They didn't even. The thing was that Game Freak didn't really emphasize anything on it. Honestly, it's just so bad. I honestly, I use the GTS like everyone uses GTS. I honestly don't. I honestly don't trust like trading um Pokemon with random people, because it can be hard, especially if the Pokemon doesn't, if the other guy doesn't know what you're trying to trade for. You can check the other Pokemon summary, like I think you could have in other games. Check if they actually have the hell out of the need to what is it, trade to evolve for. Just trade item evolutions. I wish you could have chosen wild. You can get although you can't find Rhyperior and Slurpuff and Aromatisse in the wild, you can get them through raids and catch them there. I didn't do that. I just thought, oh well, I'm not gonna just sit there for like because Rhyperior has like a 4%, and it's like I'm not doing that. No, so I just did a manual way, got all the version exclusives. I did everything. I finished my Pokedex before I even thought of shiny hunting. Because I just don't want these low odds. I want to just finish the game, beat the game. And I was like, oh my god, how fast I was filling my Pokedex was insane. I honestly just love the part that you can find so many wild Pokemon out there in the wild area. Um, Also, there are a lot of things that I thought was, well, story-related things, like Marnie and Chairman Rose. Marnie's not actually a villain. She's actually just your rival, and Team Yell is just trying to cheer her on, but they'll still fight you and whatnot. But at some point during the game, they help you out, try to find one of Elena's assistants who is guarding White-On Tower, and it was where Chairman Rose and Leon were having like a meeting of some sort, and they're discussing about the future and whatnot. But during the finals, before you fight Leon, you actually have to go through another part where you need to fight Eternatus. Now, Eternatus is a new Pokemon in prior to 8th Gen. It's absolutely insane in stats. But before you actually have to fight it, well, while you're fighting it, you knock it out. But then it Eternamaxes. It doesn't Gigantamax, it doesn't Dynamax, it Eternamaxes. Now, once you catch it, you can't Dynamax or Gigantamax it. You can't Eternamax it either. You can't do any sort of Dynamax related things with it, so don't even like try it. I'm just throwing that out there. That it honestly sickens me that he can't Dynamax, because they literally said any Pokemon can Dynamax. The Legendaries can't Dynamax either, which I can understand. They already busted as it is. Eternatus has these exclusive moves called Dynamax Cannon and Eterna Beam. I haven't seen the animation for Eterna Beam, but I do know the animation for Dynamax Cannon. Dynamax Cannon has 100 base power, 100 accuracy, but the power is doubled if you hit a Dynamax Pokemon with it, or a Gigantamax Pokemon with it. It's good in raids, Poison Dragon. You just gotta be careful of like Psychic type raids, and maybe Fairy type raids too. Because you're not gonna be getting that hard. You're not gonna be able to hit the Fairy type with the Dynamax Cannon at all. So there goes your problem. The legendaries are really good, unlike other gens. The fossil Pokemon, they have pretty weird designs, but they do have good typings. You have Electric and Ice. You have Water Dragon. I think you have Dragon Electric, and then I think there were two dragon types. Water Dragon is Dracovish. Also, Dracovish is one of the most broken Pokemon this gen. Its stats don't look broken, but when you combine its signature move, Fishious Rend, with Choice Scarf, Max Attack, Max Speed, EVs, and also its strong jaw ability, because Vicious Run falls into that category of a jaw move, like a bite. And then Vicious Run's power is doubled if it's faster than the opponent. So basically, you can basically sweep the battle tower with it, and it's insane. The only thing that really counters it is ice types, and then maybe a member on Leon's team. I honestly think that the battle tower, I haven't got my way through the battle tower. I did use a YouTuber's team that actually had the Dracovish strat I just mentioned on it, working wonders. I now made it to Great Ball tier. I gotta keep grinding through that so I can just finish it and get to Master Ball tier. I wasn't gonna make a team of my own to like properly like calculate and instruct all this, because I'm not a very competitive Pokemon player. I may try and get into it, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, post game is short, not much to do. Shinies, the shinies in this game, I'm gonna say that they do have a good majority of shinies. I do have a shiny Cinderace, because I hatched a shiny Scorbunny in 218 eggs. And I got a shiny Rookidee in like 250, after 252 encounters. Sorry, battles. So, yeah, the shiny charm is really up and out. Also, just a thing there. When you're completing a Pokédex, just evolving Pokemon. Evolving Pokemon is also very easy in the form of experience candies, which you can use on anything, and you can just spam it, your Pokemon up with it just so it evolves. And basically that's pretty much it for what I have to say about the game. Game's phenomenal. Very good music too. I'm in love with the champion music. It's just that feeling of excitement and the final battle. Just in the crowd in the back just cheering us on and whatnot. It just puts so much emotion and vibration into your body. Makes you feel like I can do this, and like it's just great overall. Overall music, I like the wild Pokemon music. The BD themes, it's alright. Other stuff like that, it's fine. Hop is you just body hop the entire story. He just keeps trying and trying again, but he could just never do it, fortunately. But overall, those are my overall thoughts on the game. I'm just saying the game is a 10 out of 10 for me. Great game, of course. Definitely worthwhile to pick up. Also complete that Pokedex. It'll save you how much time you'll spend shiny hunting by maybe just a little bit. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Of course, like I said, love the game. I play it like almost every day. I'm just kind of stuck on what to do, but once I figure out what I can do, I may do some live streams. Like I may shiny hunt live streams if you guys want to, or I'll do some battle tower footage, some gameplay on that. I'll show you like my shinies and whatnot, but I'll even do a live stream where I raid with you guys in raid battles. We will catch some catch some Dynamax Pokemon. But anyways, yeah, basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see if I can link Austin John's video in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.